Sound is synced. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you questions about the movie first.
What movie? Oh. Hey, I'm Soman.
And I'm June.
And welcome to a Back to New York episode of Evernever TV.
Woo! Return from Belfast episode!
Oh my god.
So we received a bunch of questions. And we're going to try to get to as many as we humanly can in this session. And hopefully we'll get the inside scoop and the tea of what is going on.
That is impossible to put into words. Because you have to remember, I wrote School for Good and Evil for 10 years. And it was sort of my inner life put onto the page. It was as raw and sort of emotional and as deep a look into who I am as anything else. So to see it brought to life was sort of an out-of-body experience, you know? It's just strange because you're hearing 600 strangers running around set saying words that have come from inside you, and there's no words for it other than to say that the way it's been brought to life is so big and beautiful and bold that, you know, I usually never take time to celebrate anything, but it was sort of a happy experience of watching your kid grow up. Paul is the man. I mean, what's funny is I find School for Good and Evil a difficult thing to find a director for because there's so many tones, there's so many things you have to be good at. You have to be good at making a huge movie, but you also have to be good at the intimate moments. You have to be good at working with young people, old people. You have to have a grand vision. There's no other director who could do this but Paul. His sets are warm. Everyone is so incredibly talented. Everybody on that set loves working with Paul. Just talking about him sort of brings a gleam into everybody's eye, including mine. I feel in perfect and great and comfortable hands, and I just think we should all be very thankful that he's the one in charge of this. There was no real typical day on set. Every day was so different. I used to get up at around 5 a.m. and then do my sort of morning routine. I'd get to set by about 8:30, 9-ish. I'd try to say hi to Paul at some point if he wasn't too deep in a scene. And then I would hang with the producers, sort of watch what we were shooting on the monitor. And then Mick would arrive, the amazing Mick Kramer, who's unit publicist, and then we would get to shooting a lot of BTS content that we needed, a lot of stuff that we're gonna need down the road, you know, that I don't wanna talk about, that you guys will see. And then I also needed to just meet everybody. There's 600 people on a film set. You know, the heads of the departments like Andy Nicholson, who's the absolutely ingenious production designer who did movies like Gravity and Jurassic World, and then Renee Kalfas, who's the costume designer, and then also, you know, most of all, hang out with the cast. You know, I spent 70 to 80% of my time hanging out with the cast. Oh my god. I'm not going to say too much about everybody because I just feel like I want people to have their own experience of the movie and things like that. But Sophia Wylie, when she walks in to a room, it almost feels like there is a force brighter than the sun. She is just the most positive, wonderful, energetic, and luminous figure. And Sofia and Caruso is just ferocious. Just such a talent. When she comes on screen, the way she sort of like blazes fire. Perfect Sophie. Secret Never Boy. But also, no one else who could have done it like Jamie. We can't talk about Kate Young because I'll start crying. Can't talk about Laurence either. I'll also cry. I feel like I got closest to Kit and Laurence, and I can't talk about it. I'll get back on a flight. They're perfect. End of story. Perfect. On screen, off screen. First time I saw Earl was in a van. I know I'm supposed to be giving one-word answers now, but literally, like, I had seen everybody. But I hadn't met Earl, and I'm like, when am I gonna meet Earl? And all of a sudden, this van pulls up in front of the hotel, and the door flings open, and it's Earl, and I go, my love. That's how I met Earl.
Quick aside, guys, this interview was filmed before the announcement of the casting for the Coven. Still, I think Soman's answer is worth hearing, so back to the show.
You guys ask this question on every single social media platform 50 times a day, as if I haven't heard it. And we have a plan. And you guys have followed us for like 10 years, and our plans always have a sense of reason and a sense of timing and a sense of grace behind them. Great. So just accept the plan and know that you haven't doubted our plans before, and you shouldn't doubt them now. I think trying to make every character look exactly like they do in the book is a fool's errand, because These are two different things. In a book, I'm working entirely from the canvas of my imagination, right? I'm making a character look the way I see them in my head. In a movie, we're dealing with flesh and blood actors. We're casting based not on looks, never on looks, purely on talent, right? So once you cast purely on talent and you get the best person for the role, what are you going to do then? Go back to the book and say, oh, they have to have that color hair and they have to have... Why? We're reinterpreting the characters to make sure that the spirit of the character is best embodied in that particular actor. You know what I mean? So to me, you're going to watch the movie and be like, whether or not they dyed Jamie's hair, and I don't want to spoil the decisions that people are making, but whatever decisions are made, you're going to know who Tedros is. You're going to know who Agatha and Sophia are by the way they act, by their spirit, by all those things. Trust everybody involved with this that the best actors for the parts are in them. And how they look is also the best thing for their characters. Costume designer is Renee Kalfis, who is, oh my god, so extra and such a genius. She should win an Oscar for this. I mean, you've seen Charlize's and Kerry's costumes. That's just the tip of the iceberg. So usually when movies are done, the sets are sort of half complete. Like you sort of build like two walls. You build like half the room and make it seem like it's... They built the whole school. Take anything from set. You're supposed to. Everyone tells me like you're supposed to steal stuff, but how it was just everything was so expensive. I wasn't gonna touch anything. Okay, I took my director's chair, which I think is allowed. It better be. So you'll see that soon appearing.
You just absconded with a piece of furniture.
You'll see that soon in our studio once we get it up and running. Can I tell you the part that I struggled with?
I asked you for the best part.
I found the food not exactly my favorite. Maybe it's because I eat like Madonna and I feel like I could not find a salad in Belfast. But everything was curried, and I know I'm Indian and supposed to like live on Indian food, but like when you literally go into every restaurant and everything is Indian food.
So again, the best part of Belfast.
Belfast is just a friendly city in the whole world. I think what's cool about Paul's energy is that he's such a friendly, warm guy, and the city kind of matched it. You know what I mean? Like everybody in Belfast is so nice and so friendly. It's just such a great place to shoot.
Perfect.
Are we putting the part about the food in?
No.
You know, there are people that you guys will never know because they're not public facing, like Laura Fisher, who is one of the producers, and Jeff Kirschenbaum, who's another one of the producers who were there every single day from dawn until dusk managing the movie. They're the reason that I can sort of like waltz into Belfast and waltz out on my own schedule because they're managing every detail. I mean, you have hundreds and hundreds of people on that set, and those two are anchoring the fort. They're the unsung heroes behind this movie. There's only one good answer to that question, and it's that I have a job. There was only so much fun I could allow myself to have on the film set, and I was there such a long time. And there just came a time where the trains had gotten backed up in the station, and there were too many deadlines, too much that had to be done. You know, you can sit there and do it on set, but just like Paul is immersed in directing the movie and he's immersed in his world, I gotta be immersed in my job. So at some point, I had to say bye to everyone and come home, which was very, very, very hard. Oh my god, my throat just caught.
You're getting choked up.
I just got choked up saying it. We are there's work happening.
So that's all the questions on the movie front. We have more just about Beast and Beauty.
No, because it really is a single collection. But if we ever adapt it into a TV show or a movie or something like that, which might happen, there will be options for future installments.
Well, Soman, thank you for answering such a long list of questions, and that was only like a tiny fraction.
I don't know if I gave you any new information or spoilers or anything to work with.
I did my best.
Yeah, but more to come. We just wanted to give you a little insight into what's happening here, and we'll see you with more news and surprises on episodes to come. Bye.
Bye, guys.